All right, everybody, welcome in, welcome in. We are here with Sushi's World Battle of the Best Scrimmage for Wednesdays. Match number 1 is going to be here in Myanmar, everybody's favorite map. All right, with Myanmar, we'll see a different, with Erangel, not Myanmar. Erangel, we'll actually see a wide variety of range of different play styles, from long range, mid range, to close combat, to everything in between. Starting out with our flight path, we are coming out of Savarni all the way down to the military base. Got RICHx School, Pachinki, Yasnaya Polyana, Georgia Pool. Got some good places for these teams to jump down, loot up, suit up, and take on the fights. And our teams are starting to jump out. Looks like we've got a couple teams jumping right off the bat, which is absolutely good. They're gonna try to get down as quickly as they can and grab some stuff. It looks like a lot of our teams are gonna kind of go towards that middle area of the flight path, which is gonna be kind of this area right here. But we may see some teams even go down a little bit farther, kind of towards the military base, maybe even out to Ferry Pier as well. All right, the team of 22, Silents Esports, jumping right here in the middle of Pachinki. All right, we do have a couple of other teams in the area. We have Team 13, FPS Esports. We got shots already going off. We got Team 11 and Top Losers. So we've already got 3 teams here inside. All right, we do have an Imputador trying to get out of the area, trying to drop back just a little bit, but their fight's still going on inside. And we have people already getting knocked. We've got a couple teams. Let's head right over to Sushi's World, Team 9. And they are starting this match out with being a team of 3. No Mercy is down. And is in the water. Hopefully they can maybe potentially get that revive. Keep them a team of 3. Ooh, Fred's with Team 18. Alright, Kipu is it down, but they're gonna come in. Oh, thought that was a revive, but Team 12. Alright, Team 12. Cappy Bears with an elimination for Team 12. Team 12 is gonna be Unknown Esports. We've got a few teams up there in Yasnaya Polyana. We're going to go check those out. That's going to be kind of a hot spot. Looks like we've got... Alright, Team 21, Celebrity Killers. They do have a member that is currently down. Is there going to be a chance for a revive? There is. Alright, we got Dark Esports Team 8, Team 17, Rain. And Skip almost got taken out. Alright, Rain is down a Dark. AP getting all lit up there. Moving in. No Sad has been dropped, kind of out there by themselves. not going to be a chance of a revive unless they can sneak and slide over there. All right, Dark with 1 elimination and are moving forward as going to be a team of 3. They are here in Yaznaya Polyana. They do still have a full team, which is going to be team 21. That is going to be Celebrity Killers. All right, we've got a lot of action going on. We're heading right back over into Pachinki here. And it looks like we've got team 3 real gunners. And Temp is down and is going to be revived. Top losers with it still sitting as a full squad. They do have 4 eliminations. With them having 4 eliminations, we might already have a team out, and that's going to be Team 22, Silent Esports, first team out already. SYM has been dropped. Alright, Temp is still down for real gunners. Alright, they do have 1 person that is still alive here for the team. Never Sides. Team 13. My boys with FPS. Last one still stands. Let's see if he can carry the team to a victory here inside Pachinki. He's going to be kind of waiting it out. Very nice. Diz is definitely playing it smart here, kind of laying low. But is... Alright, the top moving in. Never Sides with a shotgun in hand. Oh, gets taken out. Top moves in really quickly and a very nice push there. And Top, they are now sitting with 7 eliminations. 17 teams remain. Alright, Team 18 over at the Ferry Pier. They are kind of pushing it through. We do have a team of 12. Unknown Esports is sitting as a duo right now. It looks like they do have a member that has been disconnected. We have already seen quite a few teams already be eliminated. Celebrity Killers not looking so good. Taurus, last one still standing, trying to hold it, is very well quickly taken out by Kip there. Alright, Dark moving in really quickly, and Kip is down and out. Alright, Dark now controls the Yaznaya Polyana. We have quite a few teams that are still sitting out in the blue zone. They're going to need to be paying attention to their health, as it is going to start hurting here momentarily as soon as the zone actually closes in. Our zone is about to shift with the Yaznaya kind of still in the center. Which zone is? Alright, there we are moving in. There's not a lot of places. There's very small here. There's very small places for these teams to still kind of go and loot up. But with the 14 teams that'll remain, it is going to be brutal towards come towards the end of the zones. Version 9. They are going to try to make this across the bridge. They are... Looks like they are going to be a clear there because other members of version 9 are across that zone waiting patiently, looks like. Alright, Rain starting out with being a team of 3 for match 1. They are still a team of 3 with 1 elimination. And they are definitely not going to go across that bridge. Imaginer down is down with for Team 18. And that zone is hurting very much. Will they get that revive? And it very well comes in. Gamma coming in with a very quick rescue. Alright, Team 12 holding out. Unknown Esports, they're just kind of holding it and waiting here. Team 23, RICHx Esports with 2 eliminations. And Kuna is back up on their feet. FPS may be in trouble. They are sitting as a duo, but one of member down. VVS, the last man, still stands, giving it his all. Oh! And is very quickly down and out. RICHx Esports now with 4 eliminations on the board. Simply Gaming now down to a team of 3 with 1 elimination. Team Sync, Team 7, full squad are coming right up onto Dark Esports. Alright, Zod trying to get the grenades up there. Good grenade. AP is down for Dark. AP being revived. Alright, so that's going to be keeping them a duo team. Sync coming across the bridge. Alright, they're going to be getting out of there. Domination. Oh! And he gets almost nearly ran over. Can he escape? Both tires are down and out. He is able to, but just misses. And gets ran over. He is down and out. Rain. Last man, looks like gonna be the last one still stands. Nope, they got JPK still. So Team 16 is Simply Gaming. Moving forward as a duo with 3 eliminations. We have 10 teams that remain for match 1. We still have one team that is out there in the blue zone. Hopefully they have enough health here to be able to maintain, to be able to get into zone. Kiddo with Rich coming in, gets a good drop, almost gets taken out by the vehicle, shotgun in hand, got 3 of the 4. Knocked for team 10, CQC. Wiro coming in. Can Wiro get it down and out with that shotgun? Very nice. Kiddo with 8 eliminations is carrying the team here. He's got 8 all to themselves, giving RICHx Esports a total of 8 right now. Kiddo is putting in some work for the team. All right, with our 9 teams that are still remain, we're going to see kind of maybe it's going to slow down here just a little bit with all the action. Dr. Bunny with version 9 gets an elimination, bringing version 9 up to 3 eliminations for the team. Dr. Bunny, last one, still stands. Dr. Bunny may be in a little bit of trouble here with Rich that is pulling up quick. Dr. Bunny heads to the roof. Ooh, nice shot. Does get a good drop there. Can they finish it? Oh, and is down and out. Kiddo coming in once again with a clutch there and is able to get another elimination. Our zone is closing in. Not a lot of cover left for these teams. We have just a little bit of the apartments here in the school. We have a couple buildings out and about, but it is going to be a wide open area for these teams. Then we're now going to see a lot of those grenades, smoke grenades, mollies, everything in between, to be able to close the distance and get as close as they can to one another to be able to take the teams out. Nunchalnt ESports, team 18. 4 eliminations, sitting as a team of 3. All right, our teams are going to be taking their time moving into these last few zones. All right, our teams are going to kind of slow down here just a little bit. There's 7 teams remaining. With the 7 teams remaining in the zones that are the left, we're going to see them kind of slow down here just a little bit. We are kind of closing in on a zone 5 as that blue zone is going to be making its way in. This is going to push those any other teams that are out there into this next zone. We do have a majority of our teams already there. All right, Rain moving in. As that zone is starting to move in, it does get... All right, Helly was getting a few good shots. As Sushi making their way. Then the zone, they are still sitting with a team of 2, currently 0 eliminations. They do have plenty of time, plenty of teams. Mystic with Sushi's World is down. All right, Simply Gaming. Rain's got them pinned down. All right, Simply Gaming is gonna just barely inside the next zone. 6 teams that remain. Team Sync moving in. Kiddo just barely gets missed by a run over and is dropped. This may be all over for Team 23, RICHx Esports. And they are down and out. TopL with 9 eliminations still sits as a full squad as they are going to be moving in to zone 5 or zone 6 here. We got Team Sync, Top Losers. Both of those are our teams with full squads. We could see a 4v4 for our very end here. Team Sync trying to move in, but is getting taken up. Alright, Quachi being revived. Team Sync still stays as a team of 4. Simply Gaming are about to be in a little bit of a pinch here. They're just barely inside of the zone. Nunchalnt definitely has the zone here. They could take it all. They are controlling majority of the zone. The other teams are going to need to be pushing in. All right, Adrian, last man still stands for Team 6, Rain. And makes it out of there alive. Just takes a couple hits. All right, top it. Like they're going to be holding up just inside zone as well. They do not have a lot of cover at all. The only team that's going to have is going to be Nunchalnt. That's going to have a building. They do have majority of the cover. We got 2 teams left. It is going to be top losers with 14 eliminations. And they are going to be taking on a Nunchalnt. All right, Nunchalnt with a team of 3. Gamma trying to move in. Not a lot of room at all for these 2 teams to be able to move in, and both teams are equally matched. UNKx holding it down. Gamma gets dropped. GG's, nicely done there. That was an all-out brutal last zone. Alright, TopL taking the chicken dinner for match number 1. Nunchalnt coming in second. Simple Gaming coming in third. Rain coming in fourth. Team Sync coming in 5th. RICHx coming in 6th. Sushi's World coming in 7th. Version 9 coming in 8th. Alright, here is a 9 through 11. Twelve through 14. Going all out goes to Kiddu with 10 eliminations. Best companion, UNKx with top losers, keeping the team alive with 3 rescues. And Manic with top losers, dealing that final kill, giving top losers the chicken dinner for match number 1. All right, we've got 3 more matches. We're going to get you here into match number 2 here very quickly. Y'all hang tight. All right, match number 2. We are now here in Myanmar, with Myanmar being one of the larger land maps. We're going to see a lot of these teams just kind of like slow down a little bit. It is such a large map. It's going to be plenty of time for these teams to really loot up, suit up, grab what they really need before actually taking on fights. We may or may not see a lot of teams that jump right on top of each other, but with this, there's a couple places that are hotspots, and it's going to be the Hacienda San Martin area. San Martin Hill overlooks Hacienda. We could see a couple teams jump there. We may see some teams jump inside of Pecado. Los Leonos is a little ways off from this flight path, but teams could still get down, grab a vehicle, and move into Los Leonos, where there's a lot of loot for multiple teams. We also have El Pozo that is there as well, but this flight path coming out of the Campo Militar all the way down just north of the Villa de Mar. A lot of good places. We may see a lot of our teams jump kind of towards the south portion of this map, kind of going towards Los Leonos and Impala Power Grid, kind of moving in that direction. But our very first zone could be anything. We do have a few teams that did jump right off the bat. Looks like we do have teams going into Hacienda San Martin. May see some teams going to Power Grid, Bacado. All right, TopL. Top losers are number 1. They took the chicken dinner for match number 1. Let's see if they can bring that same high intensity and see if they can take on and win match number 2 for another chicken dinner. All right, majority of our teams that did push out towards that south side of the plane, kind of towards Los Leonos, moving out. And our zone, our very first zone, it does take the northwest corner, with El Pozo being in there. So all of these teams that kind of were trying to push toward Los Leonos are now going to have to backtrack and go into El Pozo and into that area. We've got teams already down. Looks like we've got RICHx that is taking on Simple Gaming. We got two teams in Bacado. Dark already with an elimination right off the bat here. Doing good. They are quickly putting points up there on the board. Team 22, Silent Esports, is going to be down to just a team of 3. And it looks like Truth has been eliminated and has been disconnected. Hopefully they do come back here to help out the team. Unknown Esports. They do have a member down. Looks like they do have a member that's been eliminated as well. They are up. Let's get y'all back into that action here as quickly as we can. All right, back over to Unknown Esports. Boys of God is down with Unknown Esports. Can a revive be taking place? It does not look like there's going to be a revive that's going to be able to take place there. And they were definitely, right as we were actually swapping there to another team, they were able to get that revive. So Boys God back up on their feet, low in health, definitely needs to get healed up there. Rain, Team 6, down to a duo with 1 elimination. They've got their work cut out for them, trying to stay alive now with just being a duo team. Heading right back into Bacado here. With Dark and Silent Esports still with a team of 3. Chupapi had that grenade, was about to prep the grenade, but did not release the grenade. Ooh, let's head into a Santa Martin team at 10. CQC Triple nine. Looks like it's gonna be could be the last one stands. Does come in with a clutch and gets Geo. Geo's gonna be back up on their feet. That's gonna be bringing a CQC to a duo potentially if they can get that other revive, as Top is starting to move in, and they've got the golden Morado. SYM comes in. All right, Top is moving in quick. They are keeping that high intensity. They just eliminated QC, or CQC. They are keeping that high intensity. They are already up to 4 eliminations. BALLAS a reborn team of 17. Currently 0 eliminations for the team. Still have plenty of people remaining. We have 20 teams that are remaining, so plenty of time. Heading back over into rain. XO Elites, team of 5. Adrian, last man, still stands for Rain. Can Adrian take on XO Elites, but gets taken out really quickly there. All right, XO Elites now up to 4 eliminations. Our 2 teams inside Picado are still kind of running around. They are playing kind of a cat and mouse game here. So we'll see. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on these 2 teams. We do have a member of Dark that is actually rotating around. Very smart move here to be able to come in from behind. Goatser definitely has a good angle. We'll definitely keep an eye on these 2 teams as the zone is going to be pushing them into the power grid. Real gunners out there playing in that blue zone. They're going to be making their way in. Hopefully they have plenty of health as they are trying to get... They went through Los Leonos, picked up a few good things more than likely. All right, Goat with an elimination. Silent Esports now down to just a duo team. They may be in a little bit of trouble as Dark is going to still outnumber them. It is a 2-to-1. All right, Dark. One of their members is Dark is down. And is going to get revived there. Chupapi is down with a silent. And Chupapi is down and out. OCE, last man still stands. Or Silent, shotgun in hand, definitely was able to quickly get 2 drops and is down and out very quickly. Went back up the stairwell and was answered with a shotgun. All right, top. They're now down to just a duo. They have lost 2 of their members, but they are sitting with 6 eliminations. Team 4, signed to God. They're sitting as a full squad. Team 19, Team No Purpose. Sam sliding right on by, does get hit. Almost gets taken out. And Sam is in trouble very quickly trying to get out of there. It has been a shot and a drop. Kip with that drop. All right, Kip with a nice, another good knock there by Kip. BALLAS a REBORN coming in. Signed to God is gonna be, they are in trouble. They are now gonna be sitting as a duo moving forward. Silent at the forefront as a Ball Reborn are coming in. Our zone shifts once again. All right, we still have San Martin. We do have quite a few teams that are still here. We have 16 teams that remain, and now with the zone that is left, we still have a lot of high places for these teams to be able to get up there on top and snipe. Nunchalnt got 2 of their members down, and they are down and out really quickly there. And Legend is going to be revived. That's going to be keeping Passionate Fruit up to a full 4-man team with 4 eliminations. All right, Kiddo with RICHx Esports with 4 eliminations. RICHx Esports up to 7 total eliminations. All right, version 9. They are out there in the sandstorm, but they are inside the building, so they are going to be protected from sandstorm as it does kind of pass through. Team No Purpose. Looks like they were kind of out there in the sandstorm as it does kind of pass through. Skylive with the 249 in hand, trying to get some shots. It is quickly dropped by Rain 2012 or 2012. And is very quickly taken out. Sam has been eliminated. And he was using a self-heal, trying to stay alive, but didn't work out very well. BALLAS of REBORN now are up to 6 total eliminations for the team. UNKx with a top. Last man still stands. We have 12 teams that still remain. We have FPS that is out there making their way in. They've got a couple. They got one member that's out there in the blue zone. Team 13 FPS. 0 eliminations right now. But they are sitting as a full squad. The team of 14 with it. That is a passionate fruit with the 6 eliminations. XShadowz Simply Gaming. 2 eliminations. All right, Nunchalnt with Real Gunners is down. None of the teammates are around to get that revive. They may be down and out here really quickly. All right, Real Gunners are moving forward. Now going to be a team of 3. We still have 12 teams that remain, and we are closing in fast. All right, XShadowz. They do have a really good position here. They are up here on top of one of the mountains. So this does give them the ability to be able to overlook quite a bit. Just on the other side is going to be team of 14 of Passionate Fruit with the other high point here. This does give them that advantage to be able to oversee exactly what is going on right down below them. Way down there is going to be Team Sync. Zod, last man, still stands for Team Sync. Alright, Ryzu has a really good place here up on the mountaintop. Is able to oversee quite a bit. Legend is down below. Celebrity killers are moving in really quickly there. Alright, Samar is down, but it looks like it's going to be revived. So this is going to be keeping celebrity killers as a team of 3. Alright, Dark. Last one that is still standing for Dark Esports. FPS has been eliminated. BALLAS REBORN with up to 11 eliminations. They are in that blue zone. They're going to need to get into the zone as quickly as can, because that zone is going to be very brutal here. Exo Elites goes out to zone. They did not make it into the next zone very quickly. No sad, last man still stands. He is out there in that blue zone, and the blue zone is biting hard. Needs to get into the zone as quickly as possible here. And is fighting for their life to be able to get into zone. Makes it into zone. BALLAS with one team member that is remaining. We have 5 teams that remain. Passionfruit rolling in very quickly. Celebrity killers may be in trouble with them taking on a full squad. Passionfruit coming in very quick, but it doesn't look like it is gonna take effect. Passionfruit got 2 of their members down. They may be down and out. Legend, last one still stands and has been dropped. Passionfruit down and out. We are down to 3 teams that remain. Have a real gunners. Shadow, Simply Gaming, and Celebrity Killers with 7 eliminations, and they are sitting as a duo. Real Gunners are going to be the team right now that has the most players still alive. Sam has been dropped by a grenade. Alright, Bewada coming in with a revive that's going to be keeping them as a duo. Real Gunners comes right down the hill, right into Celebrity Killers. Temp is down and out. Flash God, a last man still standing for Real Gunners. Real Gunners had a majority of the players still remaining. There's now down to just a solo. It is a 2v2 down the mountain here. Can a Celebrity Killers bring it in for a clutch? Be a 2v1. Sam, last man still Currently, last one still standing. Can they get the revive? Does not get the revive. It GG's. Very quick there. Real Gunners goes out to the zone. Celebrity Killers take that chicken dinner for match number 2. Shadow Simply Gaming comes in second. Four through 6. UNKx going all out with 6 eliminations. Mercy with FPS Best Companion with 3 rescues. Samar with Celebrity Killers dealing that final kill, giving them the match number 2 chicken dinner. Alright, that is it for match 2. 2 more matches ahead. We'll get you here in match number 3 as quickly as possible. Y'all hang tight with us.
like every time I get ahead, I end up going 2 steps back. So tonight, I'm just gonna let this one ride. You know what I mean? One unique, one special vibe. No matter where you're from, all around the world, it's one unique, one special vibe.
All right, match number 3 here in Sandhawk. Now, Sandhawk, we went from a very large map. Sandhawk is now one of the smaller maps here. So we're going to see a lot of quick action, a lot of quick fights, a lot of teams jumping right on top of each other. And with this flight path, you can get just about anywhere really quickly with ease and don't have to do much of anything. I was going to hop in. Let's go hop with team 21. Celebrity Killers were our winners from a last match. taking that chicken to dinner. They're headed out to Hatihin, where they looks like they're going to be the only team out there. So they're going to have plenty of time to be able to loot up, grab what they need. We have two teams inside boot camp. Boot camp is going to be a hot spot right now. And we are already with shots being fired. Team of 22, Silent Esports, breaking the silence there with some gunfire. CQC as well in the boot camp, and they are both of these teams right in the middle of boot camp itself. Gio with the DBS in hand as he was jumping there, did miss that first shot. All right, both of these teams are running around trying to get different angles. All right, Killa is on a fire. That was a nice molly there, well placed inside that room. Killa maybe down and out here, was able to survive those flames. All right, Paradise Resort. We got a team over there. Just one team, though. But it looks like a boot camp right now is going to be this spot here. We do have a really good fight going on. Ooh, let's go quickly jump down into Camp Charlie, where we have a top down here already with 3 eliminations. They are putting in some quick work here. Boys of God. Running for their life, trying to get out of Camp Charlie. Does make it out of there very quickly. We got a passion fruit that's moving into boot camp area as well. Killa with the Silent Esports is down. Silence is in trouble. They do have just one player still alive. Where last one still stands for CQC. Alright, Wira was able to escape there. Alright, respectfully with a grenade. One good grenade could take both teams out there. Not sure if Wira was able to get any of those eliminations, but respectfully got a really good, well-placed grenade. Was able to quickly take out Alright, RICHx Esports, Team 23 moving into boot camp as well now. They do have a full squad. Alright, passion fruit. This is a 4v4 inside of boot camp. Boot camp has already been a really hot place here. We still have quite a few teams that are kind of out in the outside of the zone. Not a lot of other fights are going on at this time, so we're going to stay right here with both of these teams. Good grenade. Rizu kind of staying close there. Kiddu is down. Sit down, son. Trying to hold the team together here. There's only 2 left for RICHx Esports. Passionfruit looks like they're going to be down to just 1 member. Oh. Legends still alive. Legends coming in with a revive. Alright, and Passionfruit coming in with a clutch there. Was able to take them out. They did only lose just 1 member out of all of that. So they're going to be moving forward as being a team of 3. And our zone is going to be closing in kind of that northwest corner. We have 15 teams that are still remaining for match 3. And a lot of our teams are still out there in that blue zone. So they need to be paying attention to their health here. FPS, 1 elimination. They are down to just a duo team. SYM trying to get in, trying to get a good angle with the shotgun. Oh, and SYM goes down, was not paying attention. Mercy comes around the corner from across the road and gets a good drop. Trying to Manic getting a UNKx back up. They do need to be really careful here. They do have a Sushi's World right up there up the hill. Manic with Sushi World is down. And Sushi, last one still standing for Sushi's World, kind of. All right, top with 4 eliminations. All right, we're gonna go check out Rain here. They just got an elimination. All right, Bob has been eliminated from Rain. That's going to be putting Rain moving forward, being a team of 3. They do have a 1 elimination. So far, our first 2 matches, we have seen some really good teams and a really good fights. We got version 9 up here at the top, along with Team No Purpose. Got quite a few teams up here in the ruins area. Yash down, trying to get around, and then is quickly dropped. I know sad. Kind of is holding down the fort on the cliff side. And Samartha is down and out. Balls reborn. trying to get the revive and was quickly taken out. GG's there. Version 9 up to 7 eliminations, and they are still pushing. All right, we have a dark kind of closing in as well up here inside the ruins area for Sandhawk. All right, God Kid trying to moving in, trying to get some other places. Shotgun still in hand. All right, God Kid gonna be the last one. Still stands. Beautiful grenade. All right, Adrian with 4 eliminations for Rain. All right, Dark Esports is actually split. All right, Goat trying to make it in. Boys got a last one still standing for Unknown Esports. All right, we have 11 teams that remain. It is going to get very brutal here momentarily as the zone is going to be shifting. Boys God is in trouble. Nunchalnt is moving in really quickly. This is a 4v1. And is very quickly down and out there. All right, Goat has made it into the zone and has gotten actually really close there. All right, Goat kind of in the center of the zone. All right, we are down to just 10 teams that are going to be remaining. All right, we got some shots going on. Real Gunners, 4 eliminations, still sitting as a full squad here. Celebrity Killers up to 5 eliminations. Vampire is down, but they're gonna throw him into the vehicle, try to get him into safety for a revive. Alright, Vampire needs to be revived. They got another member down. Celebrity Killers may be in a little bit of trouble. Alright, Hustless is down as well, but it looks like they're going to get both of these revives, getting them back up to a full squad as they are making their way in. They are at the base here of the cliff. They're going to have to go all the way around. Simply Gaming with 3 eliminations. They are down to just a solo, looks like. Could be domination. Could be the last one still stands if they can get that revive. JPK trying to get in. Goat with the dark up there on the cliff. Alright, Simply Gaming may be in trouble. They're now going to have to go all the way around. If they do that, they're going to be running into Team 18. Again, a Nunchalnt. There looks like they are in some serious trouble unless they can get up and over the cliff here. Oh, and they roll right up onto Simply Gaming. Fred's struggling a little bit to try to get up into the zone, and is definitely caught on the wrong side of the cliff. Yeah, it looks like Fred's could be going out to zone. Alright, Siku both of these team members are trying to get into zone. That zone is hurting, and Team 18 is down and out to that zone. Was not able to get into the zone quickly. Alright, we got 3 teams remaining. Real Gunners sitting as a full squad, along with Celebrity Killers. Celebrity Killers just lost one of the members, so did Real Gunners. Real Gunners are in trouble. Real Gunners went from 4 to very quickly there down to just a duo. Jet trying to come in and get that clutch there. Real Gunners with 10 elimination is up to a duo now. And this is a 2v2. Dark is at the top of the hill into the ruins. Alright, Goat trying to move and rotate around. Nahan throwing out those mollies. Alright, Nemo trying to stay low, trying to at least get into the zone a little better. Alright, Goat staying on that cliffside. Alright, Real Gunners are kind of taking it slow here. Staying low, trying to rotate as best as they can around. We are down to 2 teams. Dark is down. GG's, nicely done. Very good into the fight there. Dark coming in with that chicken dinner. Real Gunners coming in second. Celebrity Killers coming in third. Simply Gaming coming in fourth. Rain coming in fifth. Nunchalnt coming in sixth. Passionfruit coming in seventh. Sign to God coming in 8th. Sushi's World coming in 9th. FPS coming in 10th. Unknown Esports coming in 11th. Version 9 coming in 12th. BALLAS REBORN coming in 13th. Team No Purpose coming in 14th. Top Losers coming in 15th. RICHx coming in 16th. XShadowz Simply Gaming coming in 17th. CQC coming in 18th. XO Elites coming in 20th. And TeamSync coming in 21st. Going all out goes to Dark with 7 eliminations. Best Companion as well goes to Dark with 3 rescues. And GOAT with Dark dealing that final kill, final damage, giving Dark Esports the chicken dinner for match number 3. One more match ahead of us, and we will be done with tonight. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Hang tight, we'll get you into match 4, our last match for tonight. All right, our last match for tonight. We're back here in Erangel. And we are coming out of Novorobnoy all the way up to Savarny. Got Rozek School Pachinki right in this flight path along with Yaznaya Polyana. It is gonna be all out brawl for this last match for these teams. These last teams are gonna give it their all. And we got teams jumping out really quickly here. Very well could see them kind of going towards the military base, Milta prison, shelter, Milta, maybe even Milta power. But with both School, Rozek, and Yaznaya Polyana that are right here very close to this flight path, we'll more than likely see quite a few teams kind of jump towards the School Pachinki area, and then Rozek and Yaznaya. Got quite a few teams that are moving into Milta down here. We've got 3 teams that are falling into Milta. We'll keep an eye on those 3 teams. Let's see where the rest of our teams are going to be headed off for final match here. All right, we've got 3 teams in Yaznaya Polyana. Got 3 teams in Milta. Again, we're going to have some quick fights here. And our zone is going to be that southeast portion of this map. So we'll see how it's going to play out. We may see a military base final zone, or we could very well see a farm or Milta zone. Already fight going on. Let's go check it out. Alright, Team 15 is XShadowz Simply Gaming. 1 elimination already on the board. Alright, Simple Gaming down to a team of 3. Let's see how they will hold up here. Alright, Lust is outside. They're trying to get some grenades in. Biwata is down for XShadowz Simple Gaming. Alright, it's like XShadowz Simple Gaming is going to be backing off here just a little bit. We'll keep an eye on those. Let's head over into Milta where we have a couple teams. We have a few teams. We have XO Elites Team 5. Alright, CQC moving into Milta as well. Geo quickly gets healed up. Alright, 2G being revived for XO Elites. Alright, Capybaras gets an elimination. The last one that is still standing. Ooh, gets a drop. Almost gets a second drop there. But is quickly taken out by Exo Elites. They are up to 3 eliminations. Nunchalnt moving into a Milta as well. All of those shots going on did bring them in. Alright, we still got our 3 teams up here in Yazanaya Polyana. Let's go check them out. We're here with Team 19, Team No Purpose. Currently at 0 eliminations. They do have plenty of time, and they could easily walk out of here with some kills. Alright, a Vampire is down with Celebrity Killers. An AP over on the police building, looting and grabbing some extra stuff there. Headed over into Pachinki here, where we have 2 teams. We have Team 13, FPS Esports, and Real Gunners. XO Elites already up to 5 eliminations. Gonna make this 6, possibly 7. Within a team elimination, that is 8. They're very well quickly up to 8 eliminations. Now 9. CQC, last man still stands, is going to be Wero. Wero with a grenade. Can they place that grenade? Wero trying to make it in and gets taken out right there with a shotgun. XO Elites up to 10 eliminations. Already up there on the board. Alright, top with 0 currently eliminations, but they are sitting as a full squad. We'll have to see if they can bring the high intensity like they did for match number 1 here for the very last match. Alright, FPS rolling out of the area. Simply Gaming out there in that blue zone. They are still looting and grabbing what they need. Hopefully they can get a plenty of meds to be able to make their way into zone, because this next zone, it is going to be extremely painful here for any teams that are caught out there in that blue zone. It is going to start eating away the health very quickly. All right, Sign to God is out there. They got a couple members out there as well in the blue zone. One way deep into the blue zone. The other 3 members are making their way into zone. Team No Purpose taking the skylift up to a starboard. Looks like they're gonna be able to loot there as quickly as they can. BALLAS are reborn with 2 eliminations. They are sitting as a team of 3. Our zone shifts still keeping Milta and the military base in play, along with Novorobnoy. We could very well see a bridge zone where we're going to have teams out there on the bridge. But time will tell where this zone is going to be going here. And VVS definitely was in trouble there. Alright, respectfully coming in with a hovercraft that quickly gets a knock there. Alright, passionfruit doing some work, trying to get FPS. FPS is in trouble. Control, Alt, delete, last one still stands with a shotgun in hand. Can a singly hand take on passionfruit? No, very quickly down and out. Passionfruit up to 4 eliminations just that quick. Alright, Top holding down the west side bridge, as we are going to have at least 2 teams come across. Alright, here comes the real gunners coming across the west bridge. UNKx has a really good position here, is able to see directly down the bridge. And BWAD trying to get some hits there. Does it get a little bit, but is now worried about the health. XShadowz gonna need to make a decision. Looks like they all hopped in the vehicle. Looks like they all have their own vehicle here. This does help tremendously with rotating around. Alright, version 9 holding down the East Bridge. Alright, let's get y'all there into this. Back there, we were having some major difficulties here trying to keep the and respectfully is down. VVS, the last one that is still going to be standing for passionfruit. and both of them, even the alt has gone out as well. We're gonna get y'all back here. We're loading in again. We're gonna try to get you here in that action. All right, there we go. We're back in it. Real gunners still out there in that blue zone on the west side bridge. All right, passion fruit. Let's jump back over with them. All right, legend is down. And is quickly taken out. Rizu, last man, still stands for a passion fruit. And a Rizu down and out just that quick. Team 6 reign with 6 eliminations. And version 9, team of 3, they are up to 2 eliminations already. And it looks like it is going to be kind of the Novo area. Jumping right into a Sign to God. We're up at the top of the mountain there. Looks like they decided to take a quick ride all the way down. Alright, 2 of the members from Signed to God are going to be staying up there at the top of the mountain here. 11 teams remain, and our circle is closing in quick. Alright, Joker laying down some fire. Alright, Adrian with a beautiful grenade does get a little bit of damage. Or Dr. Bunny. Dr. Bunny returns the grenade. Alright, version 9 with 4 eliminations and a team of 3. Alright, Jack trying to get some grenades up there to Dark. Dark maybe only just a solo left. Nice shot of the DBS. Oh, nicely done there by Dark. They are now up to 5 eliminations. We got 7 teams that remain. Team No Purpose, 1 elimination, full squad. They're definitely putting in some work to try to stay alive. XShadowz being a team of 3. Alright, we got 7 teams that are currently still remaining. And Rain there was quickly down and out. Alright, OP laying in some shots. Gets quite a few shots there. Alright, we got 5 teams remain. We've got the XShadowz. Have a sign to God. Dark. Sam is getting lit up there. Is able to escape. Rain 2012. The last one still stands. Alright, just 5 teams remain. And the team No Purpose with 2 eliminations. Alright, Dark. And a team No Purpose take the zone. Sign to God with 3 eliminations and a full squad as we are moving into our last couple zones here. Who's it gonna be? Put it in the chat who you think is gonna be the chicken winner for match number 4. We have 5 teams remain. Alright, Rain and down and out. 4 teams remain. With Dark being the last one kind of almost in that zone. Nice grenade does get a knock, gets another good knock. Can Dark take the win here and get a little more points? Alright, Sign to God moving up, getting another elimination. They are now up to 4. One of their members has been knocked though. Alright, we got 4 teams remain in a little bitty zone. Who's it gonna be? Drop what team you think it's gonna be. We're up to 4 teams remain. Team No Purpose with 4 eliminations. They're now sitting as a solo. Can Sam clutch it here? Dark and getting some great shots in, down and out goes Dark. We're down to 2 teams remain. Signed to God. GG's, nicely done there. Signed to God taking the chicken dinner for match number 4. Team No Purpose coming in second. Dark coming in third. XShadowz coming in fourth. BALLAS REBORN coming in 5th. Nunchalnt coming in 6th. Celebrity Killers coming in 7th. Version 9 coming in 8th. Sushi's World coming in 9th. Rain coming in 10th. Top coming in 12th. Real Gunners coming in 12th. And team coming in 13th is gonna be Passionfruit. FPS coming in 14th. Team Sync coming in 15th. Exolites coming in 17th. CQC coming in as 17th. NEP coming in 18th. And Unknown Esports coming in 19th. Going all out with 6 eliminations. Nicely done. Temp with the best companion with 3 rescues. And Devil with Signed to God, dealing that final kill and giving them that chicken dinner for match number 4. All right, everybody. That is it for tonight for the Sushi's World Wednesday night scrimmage. We'll see y'all again on another stream at another time. Y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all's evening or day wherever you may be. Until next stream, guys, I will catch y'all at a later time.